All right, let's go. Where's my little paper going?
I had it right there. You got it.
Okay, it being 5 p.m., the Lafourche Parish Council meeting, regular meeting of December 9th, 2025 is hereby called to order. Ms. Carl.
Here.
Councilman Melvin.
Here.
Councilman Pierce.
Here.
Councilman Arabi.
Here.
Chairman Oten.
Here.
Councilwoman Lorraine. Parish President Ogeron.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Ms. Carleen. If everyone would please, additionally like to remind anyone that's wishing to address Ms. Carleen, if everyone would please, additionally like to remind anyone that's wishing to address
Experience its largest population require adjustments by the library itself. This does not deter the librarians and staff of Lafourche Parish Public Libraries, and they continue their hard work. Over the last 90 years, the staff have worked diligently to serve all that walk through the doors to honor their vision. We are here to educate, enrich, and entertain Lafourche communities. Now, therefore, on this 9th day of December 2025, I, Mitch Ogeron, President of Lafourche, do hereby recognize the Lafourche Parish Public Library for its 90 years of service to the local communities. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
All right, brings us to item C, proclamation. Item 2, Parish President Mitch Ogeron to present a proclamation proclaiming the month of January 2026 as Blood Donor Awareness Month. And once again, Mr. President, you have the floor, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Whereas a safe and adequate blood supply is vital to the health and well-being of our community, saving countless lives each year through transfusions needed for surgeries, cancer treatments, trauma care, childbirth, and chronic illness. Whereas volunteer blood donors are essential to maintaining this life-saving resource, generously giving of their time and compassion to help ensure that blood is available whenever and wherever it is needed. Whereas every 2 seconds, someone in the United States requires a blood transfusion, yet only a small percentage of eligible donors give blood each year, creating an ongoing need for greater community and participation. And whereas residents, businesses, school, and civic club organizations of Lafourche Parish have long demonstrated a spirit of generosity, compassion, and civic responsibility by supporting one another in times of need. And whereas encouraging blood donations among Lafourche Parish residents helps strengthen our local healthcare systems, support hospitals across the region, and contributes to the safety and resilience of our communities. Whereas Lafourche Parish government recognizes the extraordinary contributions of volunteer blood donors and calls upon all citizens to participate in the life-saving act of kindness. Now, therefore, I mention the month of January as Blood Donor Awareness Month.
Have the ability to network to pull blood units 4 to 48 hours. So when you have a transport,
I'm going to kind of pull that together and kind of show you what to do to help mitigate that. So if anyone's interested, it'll be at 9 o'clock at the Race on the Ag Center. And that presentation, yeah, is Thursday, yes. And I'm doing one on Wednesday and Friday. The one Wednesday will be in Terrebonne, and the one Friday will be in Assumption. So if anyone has any questions for me, I'll be happy to answer. Other than that, good to go.
Welcome. Does anyone have any questions? I think we're good.
Okay.
Appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you. Welcome.
I'm not completely done. So in between Barton and David's position, we still answered phone calls. We transferred them to different horticulture agents around the region. And they said the people in Lafourche were the most popular with questions. And so we're thrilled to have David with us. Abby Halley, our 4-H agent, is going to introduce some kids that we had on a Lafourche team, 3 different teams, and they went support and represent Lafourche Parish and Louisiana on a national level?
Abby Halley, 115 Texas Street, Raceland. So we had 3 national teams. We had a horse judging team, a meat ID team, and then we had a poultry judging team that went to national contests. So first we're gonna recognize our Perry, Georgia team, which is our horse judging guys. So we had an 8th overall team, and then they ended up 4th overall in the halter judging contest. And then our individual results, Reese Bourne was 5th in halter class, and Anthony Plaisance was 9th in reasons. And then we also had Aubrey Leger on the team, but she is not here tonight. And then next is our Meat ID team. They actually won at 4HU down in Baton Rouge this summer. And they went to Manhattan, Kansas to compete at the American Royal. So they were 12th overall team. And then Olivia Richard was 9th in retail cut judging, and Madeline Fossum was 12th in pork judging. And then Reese Bourne and Kale Guidry were also on the team. And then last, but certainly not least, they did extremely well, is our poultry judging team. So in market eggs, Journey Lee was the first high individual. Madeline Fossum was second high individual, so they were actually tied. I don't know what the tiebreaker was, but Journey knocked her out by a little bit. And then they were first team for market eggs, and then for market poultry, Journey Lee was 5th individual, and then that put our team 4th place in that division. And then egg production, we were 5th high team. And then because of all that, overall, individual, Journey Lee was 8th overall out of we calculated about 100 youth that participated. And then Madeline Fossum was 14th overall. And then Tony was 19th overall. And then our team was 4th out of 24 teams in the nation. So it was Tony Arnold, Madeline Fossum, Journey Lee, and Reese Bourne. Thank you, guys.
Very good.
We're going to borrow the parish president for a second and go take a picture.
Yeah, very good.
Anybody else has questions?
No, just a comment. I know that that's just tremendously difficult when you're doing judging, so that's outstanding for them to do that well. Being consistent through all those different divisions.
We got some good kids. All right, let's go.
Chairman, if any of you guys want to join in the photograph?
I mean, I don't know how many we can fit. How many, okay, I thought we were going over there, I'm sorry. That's what I thought. When they first said it, I thought it was just going to be.
Congratulations again. Thank y'all for coming.
Don't step on any more chickens. I don't think you realize how difficult that is to judge. I could be that consistent with an individual. I did it when I was in school. It's not easy. Mental health. Did help. I remember my first time I got into it. And at the judge meeting, when I got to Monkey, it was like, we got a judge meeting. It was like, oh. It was the same, just a neutral and meat and all that. But, yeah.
Delph. I want you to know, too, Councilman Melvin was back here muttering, who's got cologne on or perfume up here? This God is my witness. He kept saying that. So he smelled it. I didn't know what he was talking about.
It's totally the clothes. I think she also forgot to mention Adele Stein was on the horse judging team. So, for the record, in case that's not in there, added. All right.
Excellent.
Anybody has questions?
That's it. I think we're good.
Thank you so much,
Thank y'all so
y'all.
much. All right, that brings us to item F, engineers and our architect reports.
Good evening and Merry Christmas. John Plaisance with GIS Engineering, 18838 Highway 3235 in Galliano. I've got a short project update for y'all tonight. I don't think I have it. Yeah. Okay, but I wanted to talk to y'all a little bit about Ludovine Pump Station. It's finished. It's in y'all hands. Y'all are using it to pump right now. Y'all can see it on the screen. There's a newer picture that I'm sure Joe has shown you, but you can see also y'all new bridge, Hamilton Street in the back. And if you look way in the back, there's a couple of houseboats on the canal. Right on the other side of that is the next project I want to talk to y'all about, which is the Eunice Alamo Pump Station. The contractor's mobilized to the site. Should be finished sometime in February. There isn't a change order on your agenda later for, I believe it's 63 additional days. He couldn't get to his site while they were building the bridge, so he was delayed a couple of months, so that is going to be on y'all's site. On y'all agenda later on. The other three projects there are no real advancements we've made lately, which is the Valentine Bridge, the Grand Bayou Pump Station, and the waste transfer facility. So that's all I have. If anybody's got any questions?
The old bridge off of Hamilton is going to remain in place, or it has to be pulled?
No, it is. In fact, it's already been removed.
Oh, it's been pulled already. Okay. All right, very good. Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you.
That's it for engineers, architects. All right, brings us to item G, public wishing to address the council, public hearings, agenda items, et cetera. Ms. Carleen.
Mr. Andrew Martin? Mr. Martin? Mr. Andrew? At the podium, Mr. Andrew. At the podium. Okay. All right. State your name and address for the record, Ms. Okay, here you go. State your name and address for the
My name is
record.
Andrew A. Martin. I live and reside in 185, number 192nd Street, Galliano, Louisiana, 70354. Sometimes, I guess about maybe after the hurricane, I had talked to President Chasson about bringing the pirogue and a model boat to be put in the hallway of the building. He said he would get me a letter to saying that it would just be a loan, and I'd be too glad to go ahead and get me a letter in black and white, which I never got. So I asked Mr. Daniel Lorraine to find out what would be the best way for us to do this. And of course, according to President Orgeron, he said we would rather do it with a resolution. I would like to get a resolution that if I pass, that my son Andy A. Martin, 103 Moon Dance Lane, Lafayette, Louisiana, 7070508. Now, in this folder that I just gave you, it is a history of the Martin, which my great-grandfather came from France and landed, and my other great-grandfather was J.N. Lafourche, landed in Chanier, Caminada Pass. They were involved in the 1893 hurricane. The pirogue that's out in the hallway right now was built in that area, and in the hurricane it got lost. Some kind of way, my great-grandfather, Mr. Joe Martin, said that he found the pirogue in the marsh, which was related to my grandfather. The 1893 hurricane had a bell, a church bell. The whole time of the hurricane, everybody could hear the bell. So there's a legend of the bell that Mr. Curol did a bicentennial from 1893 to 1993 in Chanier. We found out that probably 75 to 80% of the people moved to Leeville. And they went to Leeville, they did some formings, and believe it or not, it was a nice community. I was born in 1937 in Leeville, Louisiana, and moved in 1953 to Galliano, went uptown. But anyway, the thing is that the historical, not only because of the bell, but the pirogue got lost again in 1920 when the hurricane hit Leeville, Louisiana. And my grandfather, Andrew Martin, found the pirogue in the marsh again, got refurbished, and for the last 10 years, a little over 10 years, they've been sitting in the library in Galliana. And Hurricane Ida came and damaged the library. So I got the pirogue back. So I then talked to Mr. Chasson, President Chasson at the time. He said he would love to have it, and I only requested to get some documentation that if something happened to me, they would have passed on to my son. So now the thing is that 75 to 85% of the people moved to Leeville. Leeville was a thriving in the 1930s. They've got pictures in there that shows that well after well after well after well after well was drilled in that community. And believe it or not, it is a fantastic picture if you would take a look at it. Now, the bell, again, was found in 1917 in West Wego, Louisiana. The bell, it was brought back to Grand Island and is now residing at the new Grand Island Church. My father and I been in a boat business, shrimp business, all kind of thing. But my father, he started in the crew boat business in 1930, late 30 and 1940 with 2 Chris Craft speedboat, 300 horsepower, single screw. All he did was put some bumpers, worked for California Oil Company, which is now Chevron Oil Company, Texaco, and all the companies that was drilling in that area. The thing is that it's hard to believe that the people of South Lafourche has that much history behind them because of the oil patch and also all the shrimping industry. Now, my father, he was a sort of a quiet man, so he got into the boat business, and then in 1960,
So does someone want to relinquish, we're at 6 minutes. Does someone else want to relinquish 3 more minutes? Or a minute? Couple, can you wrap it up, Mr. Martin? Maybe a couple more minutes?
in
Mr. Lorraine.
1960, we built a 90-foot tugboat at Bollinger Shipyard, 1,800 horsepower, and it was named A.W. Martin. So that was the second boat that he had named. And then in the 1970, we built a 220-foot tug supply, 220-foot tug supply, 8,000 horsepower that worked just about all over the world. And named it A.W. Martin. So there's 3 generations, gentlemen, that we have in our family that the model of the boat, which is the A.W. Martin, and the Pirogue, which passed 3 storms, that I think it's something that history ought to be looking at. If you all have any question about anything in the past, I can always go back to 1817, and I've got the information for you all.
Very good. Anyone that has any questions for Mr. Martin? Mr. Lorraine, I'm sorry, Mr. Perk, you have the floor first, sir.
So we'd want to put the P-Rock here, or it's
No,
here
sir. He
already.
just wants a resolution.
We just need a resolution
Yeah.
with documentation, right? That's the one we have in the lobby already. Oh, we had put it in the back, okay. So, yeah, we just need just for documentation, okay.
Okay.
Thank you, Mr.
You want
Perk.
a
Mr. Lorraine, you have the
documentation
floor,
or a
sir.
resolution or what?
Go ahead, Mr. Lorraine.
Yeah, Andrew, on that, all those pictures you showed up, and that first bridge in Leeville, that was the first, they had another one built after that, huh?
Yeah, they got another one, the one that they brought to Fouchot.
The one that was at
that's
Fouchot
another
was
one
the
after that
second one.
That one, the first 2 years, the guys had to go in the middle, and they had to get 2 or 4 guys and turn it by hand to get it open for the first 2 years. Then the electricity came and they finally got an electric motor going.
And my final question is, that pirogue was made out of a log. You used the hatchet?
Pardon me?
I says that pirogue that's in the hall was made out of a big log.
Oh, yeah.
Was it your hatchet?
It was with a hatchet.
Was your hatchet?
Yeah.
Your hatchet?
No, I don't think so. I wasn't there.
Okay, I just caught you off guard.
All right, thank you, Mr. Lorraine. Mr. Martin, we appreciate your time, sir. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Appreciate it. Thank you,
All right.
President Ozone.
Bring it down, Boo. Yeah.
We'll put it on the first of January. But he must have been
I want him to keep that in the file.
Okay, so we'll submit that into the official minutes. Yep. Back over here, Boo.
That was my great-grandfather.
All right, so we're going to enter that into the official records. All right, very good. As soon as Boo gets back this mic, we'll jump to the next one. All right, we'll move to item H, approval of minutes. Item 3, I entertain a motion to accept the minutes of the November 25th, 2025 regular session. So moved by Mr. Adams, second by Mr. Perk. Any discussion? There being none, all in favor signify by saying aye. Is anyone opposed? Motion passes 9 yeas and 0 nays. That brings us to item I, public hearing and ordinances for ratification. I entertain a motion to open public hearing. So moved by Mr. Adams, second by Mr. Perk. All in favor signify by saying aye. Is anyone opposed? Motion passes 9 yeas and 0 nays. Item 4, ordinance to install 2 solar-powered radar display speed limit signs, with one to be installed at 118 Morris Street and one to be installed at 162 Morris Street, Thibodaux, Louisiana, Ward 6, District 2, Parish of Lafourche, State of Louisiana, providing for the installation of 2 solar-powered radar display speed limit signs as designated within this ordinance and providing penalties for the violations thereof. And moved by Mr. Adams, second by Mr. Perk. We do have an amendment. Item A, amendment to include the following language in the caption in section 1 of the ordinance, pending appropriate funding is available. Can I get a second for the amendment? Second by Mr. Brumfield. At this time, does anyone from the public want to comment on the amendment? The additional wordage. Anyone have any questions? Second call, public input. Third and final call. Anyone want to discuss the amendment? All right, anyone from the council wants to discuss the amendment? Mr. Adams, you have the floor.
Not the amendment. I
Okay,
just wanna-
all right, no problem. There's no discussion. We'll bring to a vote only the addition of the amendment. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Is anyone opposed? Motion passes 9 yeas and 0 nays. Now we'll move to the original ordinance as amended. Anyone from the public like to comment on the ordinance as amended? Second call, public input, ordinance as amended. Last and final call. Anyone from the public would like to comment on the ordinance as amended? Anyone from the council? We got a bunch. Mr. Adams, you first, sir.
Yeah, so this has been approved by the sheriff's office before I even became a councilman. This is way back when, and they just never got the speed bumps. I don't want to put speed bumps. Whenever we have the money for the signs, I want to put the signs. That's it.
Very good. Thank you, Mr. Adams. Mr. Melvin.
I'll just say, and I've been saying it since 2016, that I know we have these plastic monstrosities that cost a fortune, and I'm going to get what the quote of a single layer of asphalt would do, because I know the chairman's going to say they definitely stop fire trucks, they'll slow you down, because I like these signs that Mr. Williams has. I have 2 in my district. I actually have 1, but I find that it's cost prohibitive, and I want to support it, but I find that, I don't know why we got away from what works. You know, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. A single layer of asphalt is so cheap, and it slows cars down for people who want some sort of speed limiting device in their neighborhood, because let's face facts, it's their kids and their relatives and their dogs that are going to get killed by speeders who just don't care, and signs do not work, okay? I'm just telling you, speed limit signs don't work, and police sometimes don't either, because they're going to speed when police aren't around. So that's my 2 cents, and I've been saying this since 2016. A single layer of asphalt is dirt cheap, and it slows them down.
Thank you, Mr. Melvin. Mr. Araby.
Only concern about this is the cost of the signs. And we all like T-Boo. We all got problem with all our streets up and down the bayou with speeders up and down. We did try speed hump, a couple up in my area, but we got some issues with that also. Very high, costly for that. From doing a little checking on these signs a little over $4,000 a piece. And again, I don't have a problem putting the signs up. I got a problem with the cost of the signs. I know we're on a tight budget right now. We can't afford to give our employees any kind of raise. We had to go up on our employees' hospitalization insurance. And I just can't see spending $4,000 somewhat dollars to put a sign up. Now that's 2 signs to be put up here in this ordinance. And again, I'll support putting up the signs. I would like to recommend that the administration look at a different type of sign to put up. Again, I've done my research. I checked with the neighboring parishes, and they get signs for a little over $2,000. These signs here that's going for $4,000, or a little better than $4,000, you can set the speed of the sign sitting at your desk, and I don't think we need to do that. If we can't ride down that street and set the speed on the sign, then we got some issues. So again, I would recommend that we look at a cheaper type sign. I recommend that we talk with neighboring parishes and see if the different parishes, like Terrebonne, I know they're willing, I talked to them, if that we could get together and maybe with Terrebonne, because they use the cheaper sign also, They did use a couple of these expensive ones in the school zone area. But maybe if Terrebonne can order 10 and we can order 10 and get together, it might be at a cheaper price than what we pay now. And then we can work it out where we can pay them or they can pay us. But I think there's a way that we can come across and still have these signs with lights on it, like y'all said, and like we want, but at a very cheaper cost. And that's all I got to say. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Araby. Mr. Perk has just pressed his button. Mr. Perk.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Relative to this is even before I got on the council, at the time we were speed bumps and you know, I guess my point to it is we need to come, I guess, to standardize, decide what we're going to do, right? Be it speed bumps, be it solar panels, be it whatever, and that way we know what each one of them's costing us, and you know, and go from there. And then I think it allows us to better control how we're putting these signs, where we're putting these signs. And I think we need to also just, you know, speak to law enforcement, because I think one of the things that we all encounter, right, is probably next to drainage and garbage, is speeding, which we have no control over, but law enforcement does. So I think that's an opportunity for us to maybe speak with our law enforcement agencies and ask them to assist us in that manner. Thank you.
Mr. Pierce.
Yeah, you know, me and Mr. Terry talked about that earlier today. The signs, I don't have a problem with them. But, you know, when you got people who got employees calling me saying that they can't get a raise, you know, because they, you know, the money's, we're spending $4,500 on a sign. The other thing, you know, I agree with Mr. Melvin on the speed bumps. You know, I was under the impression, you know, if the sheriff's office is going to give tickets out and stuff, I was under the impression that they were going to help with this process years ago. I guess that went out the window. But, you know, the asphalt, I don't see why that can't work. Because if anybody's been down a street that's got speed bumps presently and the rubber's missing, the parish actually uses asphalt to fix it. So why can't we just put asphalt and get rid of the rubber? And put up the sign that say speed bump ahead along that street and paint some yellow lines on them so that people know where they're at. And we're saving a lot of money, you know, but $4,500 on a sign, I'm like Mr. Terry, you know, we talked about this. We can get a better price. We have to. We don't need something that can be controlled by Department of Public Works at their computer. They can set it for one thing. But anyway, that's my view on it. Thank you.
Mr. President.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Yes, the signs are expensive, and there are various ones out there. And that is actually something that we've already talked about within the administration, is what signs can we get, and what's the cost, and what's going to be most cost-effective. That is absolutely something that we look at every single time we're evaluating it. As far as the speed bumps, that is a question that Mr. Sonny and I actually have talked about very recently, within the last 2 weeks. Was whether or not we can effectively use blacktop to do that. We think we could too, but it would have to be installed correctly. And that's something that we're gonna have a conversation with Mr. Joe Piciolo on to see if we can do that and how we could narrow that cost down as well. And we'll get back to you on those items. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. President. All right. Is there any further discussion on the ordinance as amended? Okay, we'll bring it to a vote. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? So all that, motion passes unanimously, 9-0. 9 yeas, 0 nays. All right. Item 5, ordinance amending and replacing the previously adopted ordinance ordering and calling a special election to be held in the parish of Lafourche, state of Louisiana, to authorize a continuation of ad valorem taxes therein, making application to the State Bond Commission and providing for matters in connection therewith. Mr. Perk for the administration, second by Mr. Adams. Would anyone from the public like to comment on the ordinance at number 5? Second call, public input, ordinance at number 5. Last and final call. Anyone from the public would like to comment on the ordinance at number 5? Anyone from the council? All right, we'll bring it to vote. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Is anyone opposed? Motion passes 9 yeas and 0 nays. Now I entertain a motion to close public hearing. So moved by Mr. Adams, second by Mr. Bromfield. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Is anyone opposed? Motion passes 9 yeas and 0 nays. Item J, proposed ordinances. Mr. Perk, if you'll press your button, you have the mic, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. J, proposed ordinances. Number 6, proposed ordinance amending and reenacting Chapter 26, Offenses and Miscellaneous Provisions, Article 1- in general of the Lafourche Parish Code of Ordinances, creating sections 26-19 through 26-24 as it pertains to prohibiting smoking and vaping in specified areas of the parish of Lafourche, introduced by Councilman Adams. Number 7, proposed ordinance amending and reenacting Chapter 22 of the Lafourche Parish Code of Ordinances as it pertains to land development, and authorizing the parish president to sign, execute, and administer any and all relevant documents. Chairperson Otam for the administration. And that is it, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you very much. Brings us to item K, resolutions. Number 8, resolution accepting a low bid of Norris and Boudreaux Contractors, LLC in the amount of $513,345 for the project titled Lafourche Parish Street Maintenance, and authorizing the parish president to sign, execute, and administer an agreement and any all relevant documents. Mr. Perk for the administration, second by Mr. Adams. Any discussion? Mr. Lorraine, you have the floor, sir.
Yeah, this thing was bidded out, and Norris Boudreaux got the bid, $513,000. There was 2 other bidders, $684 and $910. But my question is, he does the work throughout the parish for a whole year. Is that going to cover these 50 streets? The 50 streets that we have on the list that everybody has, 3 or 4, 2 or 3? Is that involved with that? Or when you do this, if you can do it, or if you ever can do it, is it going to be Barry Hill or Huey Stockstill? To do, because I can tell you, when Archie took over, and you were the administrator, Mitch, we had very little road work done. Boudreaux did some work, but we never had no main work done that we had with Charlotte and Jimmy. Everything like came to an end. Then you consolidated, which you made a big mistake when you did that, because you shot yourself in the foot by getting a half a penny less. You might have gave the residents a break, but you got a lot less money to deal with, and you know that. Not blaming you, but my question is the 50 streets. These 50 streets, everybody up here has 4 or 5 of them. Is that going to get done, or we don't have no money? That's not involving this. Yeah, I'm done. I'm done.
All right, thank you, Mr. Lorraine. Mr. President.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Councilman Lorraine, you needed to press the off button on your mic so he can let me go ahead and speak. That's why I wasn't answering you. I wasn't being disrespectful. I wasn't winding up or anything like that. No, so to answer your question, this is the maintenance contractor. So the short answer is no, this is not for the 50 streets. 50 streets would be a completely different bid package because that is a whole lot of money. This is for the small little items that we go do, that is fixing concrete patches in various streets where we have concrete work, fixing driveways after we've changed culverts, changing some culverts out and helping us out with some projects that we don't have the manpower for. That's what this is for. This is the standard maintenance contract. The total cost of the contract is $513,000. we may not even spend $513,000 with Norris and Boudreaux for maintenance contract work. Okay, so if we've got a patch that needs to be done, that's when we'll use them. We may have some potholes where we need to go do a quick mill and overlay. That's where they're gonna come in. The larger street projects are always gonna be engineered by Joe. There will be publicly bid, and whomever is the winner, whether it's the companies you named or some other company, is the one that would come in and do that. I hope that answers your question.
All right, Mr. Lorraine.
Yeah, the only thing I'm going to say is that in the past, instead of giving it to one contractor in the parish, you're leaving out quite a few contractors. And I was told with the last administration that the reason why they do this is because you don't have to come back to the council to get approval to do the different little jobs, okay? But to me, you're giving it all to one guy, which he does good work. I will tell you that. He does good work. But he gets it all, and all these little mom and pop contractors don't get anything. That's just my opinion. And like I told you, you can't ask for any better work. But if you're number 10 on the list, you're going to wait a year. I can tell you that. So I can't see why you couldn't share it with all the other contractors.
Thank you, Ms. Lorraine. I'll just make a comment that I would love to see us, in terms of priority, put at the very bottom of that barrel these the curb, the cement curbs. And if it's a safety risk or somebody might catch it, then yank them all out until y'all can come back and get it. I know I have driveways waiting to get cemented, and there should have been no curbs done this year until those driveways were repaired, et cetera. So just my opinion, I think the cement curbs, yeah, we have to do them at some point, but that should be what gets kicked down the road. Anyway, with that said, if there's no further discussion, we will bring this resolution to a vote. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Is anyone opposed? Motion passes 8 yeas, 0 nays, 1 nay, that 1 nay being Mr. Lorraine's. 8 yeas, 1 nay, Mr. Lorraine being a nay. Item 9, resolution approving agreement between Lafourche Parish Water District Number 1 and Lafourche Parish Government for the reimbursement of the fiscal year 2024-2025 funding through the State of Louisiana Office of Community Development, Community Water Enrichment Fund, CWEF, and authorizing the parish president to sign, execute, and administer said agreement and any all relevant documents. Moved by Mr. Araby on behalf of the administration, second by Mr. Adams. Any discussion? There being none, all in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Is anyone opposed? Motion passes 9 yeas and 0 nays. Item 10, resolution accepting the low quote of Chesson's Demolition LLC in the amount of $4,500 for contractor services related to nuisance abatement concerning the demolition of condemned structure located at 114 East 157th Street, Galliano, Louisiana 70354, assessment number 0102227500, and authorizing the parish president to sign, execute, and administer said agreement and any relevant documents. Moved by Mr. Lorraine for the administration, second by Mr. Perk. Any discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Is anyone opposed? Motion passes 9 yeas and 0 nays. Item 11, resolution accepting low quote of Chesson's Demolition LLC in the amount of $4,500 for contractor services related to nuisance abatement concerning the demolition of condemned structure located at 113 West 114th Street, Cutoff, Louisiana 70345, assessment number 0101842720, and authorizing the parish president to sign, execute, and administer said agreement and any all relevant documents. Moved by Mr. Lorraine for the administration, second by Mr. Perk. Any discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Is anyone opposed? Motion passes 9 yeas, 0 nays. Item 12, resolution accepting low quote of Chesson's Demolition LLC in the amount of $6,500 for contractor services related to nuisance abatement concerning the demolition of condemned structure located at 142 West 93rd Street, Cutoff, Louisiana 70345, assessment number 0101811550, and authorizing the parish president to sign, execute, and administer said agreement and any relevant documents. Moved by Ms. Chesson for the administration, second by Mr. Perk. Any discussion? There being none, all in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Is anyone opposed? Motion passes 9 yeas and 0 nays. Item 13, resolution accepting low quote of Cheson's Demolition LLC in the amount of $4,500 for contracted services related to nuisance abatement concerning the demolition of condemned structure located at 312 Carroll Street, Thibodaux, Louisiana, 70301, assessment number 001021419, and authorizing the parish president to sign, execute, and administer said agreement and any other relevant documents. Mr. Broomfield for the administration, second by Mr. Adams. Any discussion? There being none, all in favor signify by saying aye. Is anyone opposed? Motion passes 9 yeas, 0 nays. Item 14, resolution accepting the quote of Republic Services Incorporated for contracted services relative to waste removal services at parish facilities, and authorizing the parish president to sign, execute, and administer said agreement and any all relevant documents. Mr. Harrowby for the administration, second by Ms. Chesson. Any discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye. Is anyone opposed? Motion passes 9 yeas and 0 nays. Item 15, resolution approving change order number 2 for the project titled Alley-Door Drainage Improvements Project Phase 2, adding 60 additional days to the contract time and authorizing the parish president to sign, execute, and administer said change order and any all relevant documents. Mr. Harrowby for the administration, second by Ms. Chesson. Any discussion? Mr. Harrowby, you have the floor, sir.
Yes, sir. Mr. Chairman, I'm going to support this 60-day additional days on this contract time tonight. But I think it's time for this contract to start wrapping up. It's been going on quite some time now, so.
There you go. He said it. Work through the holidays. Any further discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye. Is anyone opposed? Motion passes 9 yeas and 0 nays. Item 16, resolution approving agreement between the Greater Lafourche Port Commission and Lafourche Parish government accepting funds for the LaRose Boat Launch Project and authorizing the parish president to sign, execute, and administer said agreement and any all relevant documents. Ms. Chesson for the administration, second by Mr. Lorraine. Any discussion? Mr. Lorraine, you have the floor, sir.
Yeah, I just want to say that the Port Commission usually helps us out on boat launches. When we first did the Leeville one, they gave us a couple of $100,000. The parish put 500, the Wallet 500. When it came to the fishing pier, I asked them for 166. It was a little tough to get, but the agreement was up to 200. So they gave us 166. They wanted to give me 133, but I went to their meeting and I asked for 166 and they did it. So they always help us out. So Ms. Delaney is getting some help from them and hopefully we'll get that boat launch going. And I want to thank them for what they do.
Thank you to the port, absolutely. Thank you, Ms. Lorraine. Any further discussion? There being none, all in favor signify by saying aye. Is anyone opposed? Motion passes 9 yeas, 0 nays. Item 17, resolution amending resolution number 25-281 that approve amendment number 1 to the agreement between Environmental Safety and Health Consulting Services Incorporated and Lafourche Parish government to provide response and cleanup services for emergency type situations and authorizing the parish president to sign, execute, and administer said amendment and any all relevant documents. Mr. Perk on behalf of the administration, second by Mr. Adams. Any discussion? There being none, all in favor signify by saying aye. Is anyone opposed? Motion passes 9 yeas and 0 nays. Item 18, resolution opting out of Act 279 of the 2025 regular legislative session governing solar power generation facilities and authorizing the parish president to sign, execute, and administer any and all relevant documents. Mr. Perk on behalf of the administration, second by Mr. Adams. Any discussion? Mr. Ogeron has pressed his button. Mr. Ogeron, you have the floor, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I'm sure when y'all took a look at the proposed ordinance, one of them you saw was for solar farms being installed in the parish. So the reason why we're, one, putting in an ordinance, and two, passing this resolution is because the act basically forced us to follow certain rules that would basically conflict with what we would want here as the parish. This gives us local control of how solar farms would be installed within Lafourche. So appreciate, one, your support for this item, and then, of course, when that ordinance comes up next month for ratification, that support as well.
Any further discussion? There being none, all in favor signify by saying aye. Is anyone opposed? Motion passes 9 yeas and 0 nays. Item 19, resolution approving agreement between Lafourche Parish government and Arthur J. Gallagher Risk Management Services Incorporated for commercial insurance and authorizing the parish president to sign, execute, and administer said agreement and any relevant documents. Moved by Mr. Adams for administration, second by Mr. Perk. We have an amendment from the floor, item 19, by Councilman William Adams, sponsored by Mr. Adams. This amendment is to correct the percentage increase from 21% to 3.81%, to correct the excess workers' compensation 2025 actual costs from $356,136 to $129,525, and total costs from $1,153,712.48 to $927,101.48, and correct the excess workers' compensation 2026 quoted amount from $250,643 to $139,699, and total cost from $1,073,337.70 to $962,393.70, and replace the agreement with the updated costs. I've never seen this many changes, so this was, I guess, a botched resolution. Is everyone clear on what the amendment from the floor is? Has any questions? I will need a second to that amendment. Second by Mr. Perks. So we have a motion and a second on the amendment. So first we'll have to vote on the amendment. Mr. President, you have the floor, sir.
Thank you. I want to explain what we have going on here. So there was an error on the 21%. However, what we're changing here is displaying what the actual cost is of the insurance policy, not the total cost of workers' compensation. So that's what we have going on here, and we're still maintaining our self-insured standard.
Okay, so is everyone clear on the amendment? Because once again, I don't think we've seen something like this before. Mr. Arabi, you have the floor, sir. This is only on the amendment, to discuss the amendment.
I just want to comment that the figures all look like we saving a little money, and that's all I count.
All right. With that said, if there's no further discussion on the amendment, we'll vote on the amendment. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Is anyone opposed? Motion passes 9 yeas, 0 nays. 8 yeas, 0 nays, 1 abstention. That abstention being Mr. Melvin on the amendment. Now we'll move to the resolution as amended. Any discussion on the resolution as amended? All right, we'll move to a vote. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Is anyone opposed? Motion passes 8 yeas, 0 nays, 1 abstention. That abstention being Mr. Melvin. Brings us to item 20, resolution approving a brokerage services agreement between Arthur J. Gallagher Risk Management Services Incorporated and Lafourche Parish Government for premises pollution liability coverage, and authorizing the parish president to sign, execute, and administer said agreement and any all relevant documents. Mr. Adams to the administration, second by Mr. Perk. Any discussion on item 20? Mr. Ozark, you have the floor, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. The reason why this one wasn't with the first one is because they had separate policy periods, and this agreement will actually allow us to mix the policy periods to the same concurrent run time. Thank you.
Any further discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Anyone opposed? Motion passes 8 yeas, 0 nays, 1 abstention. That abstention being Mr. Melvin. Item 21, resolution approving change order number 3 for the project titled Sugar Ridge Pump Station Rehabilitation, decreasing the contract price by $26,850.72 and authorizing the parish president to sign, execute, and administer said change order and any all relevant documents. Mr. Adams for the administration, second by Mr. Perk. Any discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Is anyone opposed? Motion passes 9 yeas and 0 nays. Item 22, resolution approving agreement between Louisiana Department of Treasury and Lafourche Parish Government for funding to install culverts, and authorizing the parish president to sign, execute, and administer an agreement and any all relevant documents. Mr. Arabi for the administration, second by Mr. Adams. Any discussion? There being none, all in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Is anyone opposed? Motion passes 9 yeas, 0 nays. Item 23, resolution approving agreement between Louisiana Department of Treasury and Lafourche Parish Government for funding for Recreation District Number 2 for construction and repairs of recreation areas, and authorizing the parish president to sign, execute, and administer an agreement and any all relevant documents. Mr. Arabi for the administration, second by Mr. Perk. Any discussion? There being none, all in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Is anyone opposed? Motion passes 9 yeas, 0 nays. Item 24, resolution approving a memorandum of agreement between the Louisiana Department of Health, Office of Public Health, Bureau of Community Preparedness, and Lafourche Parish Government for a closed point of dispensing site during an emergency, and authorizing the parish president to sign, execute, and administer said agreement and any all relevant documents. Moved by Mr. Perk on behalf of the administration, second by Mr. Adams. Any discussion? There being none, all in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Is anyone opposed? Motion passes 9 yeas and 0 nays. Item 25, resolution approving an agreement between Lafourche Parish government and Acrisure to provide commercial property equipment, floater, and boiler and machinery coverages as quoted, and authorizing the parish president to sign, execute, and administer said agreement and any all relevant documents. Mr. Perk for the administration, second by Mr. Adams. Any discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye. Is anyone opposed? Motion passed 9 yeas, 0 nays. Item 26, resolution accepting the quote from Lafourche Animal Hospital to provide veterinary services on an as-needed and as-called-upon basis for the Lafourche Parish Animal Shelter, and authorizing the parish president to sign, execute, and administer said agreement and any all relevant documents. Moved by Mr. Brumfield on behalf of the administration, second by Mr. Adams. Any discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye. Is anyone opposed? Motion passes 9 yeas, 0 nays. Item 27, resolution approving an agreement between Lafourche Parish Recreation District Number 2 and Lafourche Parish Government to provide reimbursement for the project titled Construction and Repairs of Recreation Areas, and authorizing the parish president to sign, execute, and administer said agreement and any all relevant documents. Moved by Mr. Araby for the administration, second by Mr. Lorraine. Any discussion? Mr. Araby, you have the floor, sir.
Yeah, these two projects here, that's some funding that we received from Representative George Uron and Representative Brian Fountainville for the recreation area in Raceland. And I want to thank both those guys for the helping us out with that with the funding for these projects. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Araby. Any further discussion? There being none, we'll bring it to a vote. All in favor signify by saying aye. Is anyone opposed? Motion passes 9 yeas, 0 nays. Item 28, resolution approving a grant application for fiscal year 2025 to 2026 funding through the State of Louisiana Office of Community Development, Local Government Assistance Program, LGAP, to repair and renovate Lafourche Parish government-owned buildings, and authorizing the parish president to sign, execute, and administer any and all relevant documents. Mr. Adams for the administration, second by Mr. Perk. Any discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye. Is anyone opposed? Motion passes 9 yeas, 0 nays. Item 29, resolution approving a grant application for fiscal year 2025 to 2026 funding through the State of Louisiana Office of Community Development, Community Water Enrichment Fund for the Lafourche Parish Water District Number 1, authorizing the parish president to sign, execute, and administer any all relevant documents. Mr. Adams for the administration, second by Mr. Perk. Any discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye. Is anyone opposed? Motion passes 9 yeas, 0 nays. Item 30, resolution accepting a grant from the American Society for the Prevention of Cruelty to Animals, ASPCA, in the amount of $25,000 for disaster preparedness, and authorizing the parish president to sign, execute, and administer said agreement and any all relevant documents. Moved by Mr. Brumfield for the administration, second by Mr. Pierce. Any discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye. Is anyone opposed? Motion passes 9 yeas, 0 nays. Item 31, resolution approving change order number 1 for the project titled Eunice Alamo Pump Station Rehabilitation, adding 63 additional calendar days to the contract time, and authorizing the parish president to sign, execute, and administer said change order and any all relevant documents. Mr. Perk on behalf of the administration, second by Mr. Adams. Any discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye. Is anyone opposed? Motion passes 9 yeas, 0 nays. Item 32, resolution approving change order number 6 for the project titled Hurricane Ida Repairs, Third Block Building, Phase 2, build back, increasing the contract price by $25,806.44 and adding 26 additional days, and authorizing the parish president to sign, execute, and administer said change order and any all relevant documents. Mr. Perk for the administration, second by Mr. Adams. Anyone wants to discuss this? I just note this is change order number 6. I think we're at $300,000. And at what point are we outside of what we originally advertised? I mean, this contract is doing good. He's added $300,000 to his original bid. Mr. Ogeron.
If we're using that 50% number, which is what's allowed by public bid law, we still got a ways to go in that regard. However, I can see some light at the end of the tunnel in this one. So this is to address the security that's necessarily needed on the 3rd floor for our district attorney when she's going to occupy that 3rd floor. And in fact, as a part of moving people around the old building in the front, which we call the Deremy building, we did have some issues in there where they found some electrical that was hidden that needed to be corrected. Let's keep in mind that that building is one of the oldest buildings in downtown Thibodaux. And that caused us some issues. And then, of course, folks that are going and visit the district attorney's office, we have to have appropriate access control and security. So that's what the additional money is for here.
Totally understood, but why wasn't that in the original bid packet? I mean, to me, from a public bids standpoint, like you start throwing new items in there, it just doesn't seem right. You don't normally do that. I've been part of doing this for 30-something years. You don't normally see those kind of things.
So the reason we were able to include that in it is because we have some standard unit prices that's built into this particular contract, because we knew we'd run into some issues, whether it was security access and the like. I can tell you that, for a good example, there's some lighting issues around that building, and that wasn't in the package, and that is over $50,000 of work that we are not going to do around that building. We're going to work with Entergy to get lights put on the poles around the building instead, simply because it's unnecessary.
FEMA?
Yes, this is all through our insurance and FEMA recovery.
So 10% maybe is something we'll have to pay.
Yep.
All right, very good. Thank you, Mr. Ogeron, for providing that information. Any further discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Anyone opposed? Motion passes 9 yeas, 0 nays. Item 33, resolution approving agreement between Crescent Multimedia Solution and Lafourche Parish Government for audio and visual equipment in the courthouse annex, and authorizing the parish president to sign, execute, and administer said agreement and any all relevant documents. Mr. Perk for the administration, second by Mr. Adams. Mr. President, you have the floor, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. And the reason why this one is not in the package is because all of this equipment and the labor is on state contract. And if we would do that through the contractor, we would pay the 10 or 15% markup that the contractor would have. Typically, that's the best way to go about these. That's how we normally handle that. And then the relationship for this multimedia information is handled directly with us. Also, we are looking at utilizing the same material and equipment for the audiovisual that's going to end up going in the historic courthouse. So the systems will be standardized across our entire facility.
Very good. Any further discussion? Let the record reflect at 18:16 hours, Mr. Melvin stepped out of chambers. There's no further discussion. We'll bring it to a vote. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion passes with 8 yeas, 0 nays, and 1 person that has walked out of chambers, that being Mr. Melvin. Item 34, resolution reappointing 1 member to the ITEP Committee for Lafourche Parish. Mr. Perk, who do you have for the administration?
We have 1 vacancy, 1 reappointment, Parish President Mitch Ogeron.
Mr. Ogeron, second by Mr. Adams. Any discussion? There be none. All in favor signify by saying aye. Is anyone opposed? Motion passes 8 yeas, 0 nays, 1 person currently out of chambers, that being Mr. Melvin. And that brings us to item 35, resolution appointing 1 member to the Central Lafourche Ambulance Service District Board. Ms. Chesson for the administration. And who do you have, Ms. Chesson?
We have 1 vacancy, 2 applicants. Archie Chesson.
Mr. Chesson, can I get a second? Second by Mr. Adams. Any discussion? There will be none. We'll bring it to a vote. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Is anyone opposed? Motion passes 8 yeas, 0 nays, 1 person out of chambers, that being Mr. Melvin. Item 36, resolution reappointing 1 member on the Fire Protection District Number 8-A Board. Mr. Adams for the administration. Who do you have, Mr. Adams?
Malcolm Cortez.
Mr. Cortez, second by Mr. Perk. Any discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Is anyone opposed? Motion will pass with 9 yeas and 0 nays as Mr. Melvin has stepped back in chambers at 18:17 hours. Item 37, resolution reappointing 1 member to the Recreation District Number 8 Board. Mr. Araby for the administration. And who do you have, Mr. Araby?
1 reappointment, Mr. Cody Gotro.
Mr. Gotro, second by Mr. Lorraine. Any discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Is anyone opposed? Motion passes 9 yeas, 0 nays. Item 38, resolution appointing 1 member on the Recreation District Number 11 Board. Mr. Pierce for the administration. Mr. Pierce, please press your button, and I will recognize you, sir.
We have 2 applicants, 1 vacancy, Mark Knockham.
Knockham, second. I get a second by Mr. Lorraine. Any discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Is anyone opposed? Motion passes 9 yeas, 0 nays. Item 39, resolution appointing 1 member to the Recreation District Number 3 Board. Ms. Chesson for the administration. Who do you have, Ms. Chesson?
We have 1 vacancy, 1 applicant, Mr. Matthew Baskell.
Mr. Baskell, second by Mr. Lorraine. Any discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Is anyone opposed? Motion passes 9 yeas, 0 nays. Item 40, resolution reappointing 2 members on the Fire Protection District Number 8B Board. Mr. Adams for the administration. Who do you have, Mr. Adams?
I have Carol Boudreau and Crystal Richard.
And I get a second by Mr. Perk. Any discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye. Is anyone opposed? Motion passes, 9 yeas, 0 nays. Item 41, resolution appointing one member to the Housing Authority of Lafourche Parish Board, Mr. Araby for the administration. Who do you have, Mr. Araby?
One vacancy, 4 applications. Mr. Jimmy Womack.
Womack, second by Mr. Adams. Any discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye. Is anyone opposed? Motion passes, 9 yeas, 0 nays. Item 42, resolution reappointing one member on the 5th Ward Gravity Drainage District Number 5 Board. Mr. Adams for the administration. Who do you have, Mr. Adams?
William McKee.
Second by Mr. Perk. Any discussion? There be none, we'll bring it to a vote. All in favor signify by saying aye. Any opposed? Motion passes, 9 yeas, 0 nays. Item 43, resolution reappointing one member to the Fire Protection District Number 1 Board. Mr. Araby for the administration. Who do you have, Mr. Araby?
One reappointment, Mr. Russell Pierce.
A second for Mr. Pierce, Mr. Perk. All in, any discussion? There being none, all in favor signify by saying aye. Is anyone opposed? Motion passes, 9 yeas, 0 nays. Item 44, resolution appointing 2 members to the Heroes Monument Commission Board. Mr. Melvin for the administration. And who do you have, Mr. Melvin?
Let's see. I have 2 vacancies, 2 applicants, Mr. Michael Tordo and Mr. Sean Billiot.
Second by Mr. Lorraine. Any discussion? There be none, we'll bring it to a vote. All in favor signify by saying aye. Any opposed? Let the record reflect at 18:20 hours, Mr. Adams has stepped out of chambers, so this will be a motion passing with 8 yeas, 0 nays, 1 person being out of chambers, that being Mr. Adams. We got all of that, Ms. Carleen? All right. That brings us to item 45, resolution appointing one member to Lafourche Parish Community Action Advisory Board, private sector, Mr. Brumfield for the administration. Who do you have, Mr. Brumfield? Oh, let me just bow out. All right, Mr. Brumfield.
One vacancy, 1 applicant, Giselle Vining.
Gonna get a second by Mr. Perk. Any discussion? There being none, we'll bring it to a vote. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Is anyone opposed? Motion passes with 8 yeas, 0 nays, 1 person out of chambers, that being Mr. Adams. And that brings us to item L, Parish President, Department Heads, Directors, or Manager reports, presentations, and our updates. Item 46, Department of Public Works Representative to present a report. Mr. Ogeron, you have the floor, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I can tell you that that presentation was emailed out to you. If you've got any questions, please feel free to reach out to myself, Deanna, or Mr. Sonny.
Thank you, Mr. Ogeron. Item 47, Finance Representative to present the monthly financial report as required by the state agreed upon procedures for October 2025. Mr. President.
So last month with Renita being out on vacation, we missed the actual PowerPoint presentation. We have it available for your viewing and her presentation if you're so inclined, the quarterly one.
Does everyone want an email? You wanted to go walk through it right now?
Email's fine. We'll make sure it's in your inbox.
Thank you, sir. Much appreciated. That brings us to item M, questions for the administration. Mr. Melvin, you have the floor first, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. President, I was wondering, I know there was a meeting today and I couldn't make it due to work day obligations, but I was wondering if you could update me briefly on the Lafourche bypass meeting.
Lafourche bypass, okay.
Bridge meeting, I'm sorry, bridge meeting.
Bridge. Is that it? All right, Mr. Perk.
Yes, if Parish President can just provide an update on the Talbot-Richfield intersection.
All right, and Mr. Brumfield.
I just wanted to thank Mr. Sonny and Department of Public Works for what they did to the Abbey. Thank you.
All right, thank you, sir. All right, Mr. Ogeron, oh, hold on, Mr. Lorraine just pressed it, so hold on 1 second. Mr. Lorraine.
Yeah, Mr. President, are we going to have that proposed ordinance ready in January for those camper trailers?
All right, proposed ordinance for camper trailers. All right, and so I have 3 inquiries looking for some answers, if you want to provide them or not. Mr. President, you have the floor, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. So on Lafourche bypass, they did have their pre-construction meeting today, and actually Councilman Terry Pierce was in attendance as well. They are looking at probably starting construction sometime latter in of February, and, probably about 6 to 9 months of construction is what they're forecasting. It could be done quicker, it just depends on weather, et cetera. On Talbot and Ridgefield, following our meeting last week, we did a bunch of research. We were able to locate something that was done with South Central Planning back in 2017. Problem with that is the age and the construction that has occurred has changed the traffic patterns and the volume, so we have to update that. In order to do that, we've engaged Principal Engineering, who has a very highly qualified traffic engineer on staff. I've requested a contract from him so we can get that moving. Renee and I has already identified the funding source for that as well. So come the meeting in January, hopefully we'll have the contract in time to put it in the first meeting of January, depending on our deadlines. If not, second meeting in January, that contract will be on the agenda for approval. That way we can get the engineering done and also know what that cost-effective safety solution would be so we can affect that in that location. Your answer to that proposed ordinance, considering our timelines and whatnot, it'll probably be the second meeting in January that it'll be proposed. That's what we're shooting for. I think that answers the three of them.
Thank you very much, Mr. Ogeron. Brings us to item in discussion. Item 48, discussion concerning the Abbey and Marydale Parks being neglected. Mr. Brumfield, you have the floor, sir. Just gotta press your button. All right, all yours.
So I do have some pictures. This is prior to talking to Mitch. I won't keep you long. I did have a speech, but my wife texted me, told me to behave, so we'll do that. But I did talk to Mitch, and I just wanted to show you all what it looked like and how it's just looked neglected, and it needs some tender love and care. And that is it. Thank you.
All right, very good. Mr. Brumfield. All right, open for discussion. And actually what I'll do is I'll just, if y'all don't mind, I would just like to start from one end and we'll just walk across. You want to, all right, hold on. Mr. Ogeron, go ahead.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I did have one comment that I wanted to share with the board and or the council and Councilman Brumfield. And I appreciate you reaching out. But in addition to that, Jennifer is going out to those locations along with a contractor to get some pricing on that. That not only can we restripe the concrete backboards and get the nets up and the fencing and all that. So we're actively working that. We'll probably come out of the 2026 budget considering the timing, but we are actively working it like we had discussed. So just so everybody's clear.
All right. And like I said, I'd like to give the opportunity for everybody to have the mic, if y'all would be so kind as to, I would have to bump, I don't know, unless y'all want to I can just bounce around if y'all want. So on discussion, if y'all want, let's do it this way, if y'all don't mind. Mr. Lorraine, I'll walk down and everybody can say their piece. Well, first off, Mr. Terry Araby, please press your mic, because I know you had a statement you want to make, and I forgot to recognize you earlier.
I just want to...
Nope, I'm recognizing you right now for this. Somebody's birthday.
No, I want to make a comment to the Public Works Department.
All right, so this is a question for the administration, which we did a while back.
Yeah, well, it's okay. That's fine.
But I thought you had wanted the mic to, is someone's birthday tonight? You didn't tell me that?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I recognize you. Man, yeah, so that's why I'm confused. I thought this, yeah, go ahead.
I still have my mind on the meeting, man. All right, we got a gentleman over here that's sitting next to me there, Mr. Councilman Terry Pierce. It's his birthday today, so we just want to wish him a happy birthday.
Heck yeah. Congratulations. Happy birthday, Terry. But with that said, what we'll do is I'll walk down so everybody can in open discussion. Mr. Lorraine, you can go first, sir. Press your mic, and you got the mic. Go ahead.
Ho, 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 ho. From the Lorraine family to everyone, Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year's. But January the 2nd, don't forget it's my birthday, Terry.
Very good. Miss Chesson.
Want to wish everyone a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year from our family to yours.
Thank you, Ms. Chesson. Mr. Araby.
I just want to wish everybody a Merry Christmas from my family and a happy new year, and I hope to see everybody back again after the first of the year. Thank you.
Very good. Mr. Pierce.
Like everybody else, Merry Christmas to everybody from the Pierces. I hope everybody has a good Christmas and a prosperous new year. And I ain't gonna forget you, Mr. Daniel, on the 2nd of January, but I'm gonna have to text you because apparently we ain't got no meeting that day. So I'm sorry, it ain't gonna be public, bro. But you know, we're gonna take care of you.
Very good. Mr. Melvin.
Merry Christmas and Happy New Year from the Melvins. I hope you'll have a safe and happy holiday time. And remember, Jesus is the reason for the season.
Mr. Perk.
Yes. Just real quick, before I extend my warm wishes, I just thought we had 13 appointments tonight to different boards. So I want to thank those folks for volunteering your time to help move our parish forward. You know, these people are selfless and they give of their time and talent to help us. So I just wanted to thank all those folks. I want to thank the administration, our council clerk and her staff for all the work you guys have done to make our jobs a little bit better, easier this year, as well as all of our citizens and constituents. We appreciate all of your patience in us trying to operate the government. It's no different than our households, right? We work with the money restraints that we have and try to do the best we can for everybody involved. And then finally, on behalf of myself and my family, I want to wish everybody a very blessed and Merry Christmas and safe, Happy New Year. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Perk. Mr. Brumfield.
I want to wish you all a Merry Christmas from the Broomfield family
Very
and a
good.
Happy New Year.
Thank you, sir. Mr. President.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. On behalf of my family and my lovely wife, Samantha, our daughter, but also the entire Lafourche Parish government team and all the employees, Merry Christmas to everyone in Lafourche Parish.
Thank you, Mr. Ogeron. And I had a couple of items. Once again, Mr. Pierce, happy birthday. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. I want to just express heartfelt gratitude and thanks to all the nonprofits, government agencies, citizens that were out and about in the last few weeks and will be in the next few weeks, from fire departments doing Santa runs to these Christmas parades. I'm reluctant to mention anyone because it's going on throughout, up and down the parish. So I'm very, very thankful for everyone that's participated and supported all those events. But from Nikki and I, you know, we wish everyone a very Merry Christmas, and that goes out to Lafourche Parish, goes out to administration, to the council staff, much appreciated. And I'll just leave it with, you know, God bless our troops that are going to be standing guard through the holidays. With that said, I'll now move to item O, adjournment, and a motion by Mr. Perk, second by Mr. Brumfield. With no further business, Lafourche Parish Council regular meeting of December 9, 2025 will be adjourned at 18:32 hours. All in favor signify by saying aye. Is anyone opposed? Motion passes 8 yeas, 0 nays. One person out of chambers, that being Mr. Adams. Thank you all.